well done. So I'll kind of bring you up into the dairy section.
Well, I was born and brought up in Devon, and so lived all my childhood surrounded by farming. When I finished university, I actually wanted to be a journalist, but there weren't any jobs in journalism then, so I got a job with the National Farmers Union as an in-house journalist, writing articles for the NFU's publications, and as a speechwriter. This was back in the early 1970s, and I've been working in agriculture ever since, and have never regretted it for one moment. If it's a black and white animal, then it's almost certainly a dairy cow. It's possible because the black and white cattle are Friesians, and they are far and away the most important dairy breed. The other dairy cows that you might very well see would be brown and white ones, looking very much like a Friesian, so with brown with white splodges on there, and they would be Ayrshires, or they might be the very small light brown cattle are Jerseys. So those are the main dairy breeds. But if it's black and white, it's probably dairy. If it's anything else, the chances are it's probably a beef animal. Now those cattle over there, predominantly black ones, but black and white, they're Friesians. Now you can see there's a great big South Devon bull there. Now that's actually my favourite beef breed, which we'll be talking about in a moment. And over there, those brown and white ones, they're actually Guernseys. And then you've got the Jersey, the smaller ones, there. So you've got three of the main dairy breeds: Jersey, Guernsey, and the black and white Friesians. And then that magnificent South Devon bull, who looks as if he's won some sort of a prize. But a lovely animal. The South Devons used to be beef and dairy. They're what are called dual-purpose cattle. But in recent years they've been bred more for beef, so they've been looking for size rather than breeding in the milking quality. But they're still absolutely beautiful. Well, it's got to be the South Devon, because I was born in South Devon at Totnes, which is absolutely the heartland of the South Devon breed. But they are lovely cattle. They are very good mothers. They produce a lot of very high quality milk, and the very best Devon clotted cream always used to be made from South Devon milk, although they're now mostly a beef breed. But they're very good mothers, they're very docile, very good natured, and they live forever. They'll live up to 20, 25 years old and have lots of calves in that time, and they're just beautiful cattle. A magnificent pair of South Devons there, the bull to the left and the cow to the right, the two best South Devons you'll see as anywhere in the country. It's been a really, really difficult year, probably the worst year from the weather point of view for 100 years. Everything has gone wrong. It was a terribly wet summer, it was a cold, miserable winter, very late spring, so there isn't very much grass around, and a lot of animal diseases as well, old ones like bovine tuberculosis and new ones like the Schmallenberg disease that causes sheep to lose their lambs. So it's yes, it has been a very, very difficult year. But actually, if it wasn't for the weather, things would be looking quite good, because prices are quite good, prospects are good. A lot of people around the world need more food. We need to be producing more food in this country. So it's been a very difficult time immediately because of the weather, but prospects for farming are very, very good for the future.
But we do need to find.
Minister, you're here at the Young Farmers Marquee. Is farming today still a good career for young people?
I think it's certainly a good career, not just farming itself, but all the industries that go with that and the wider food industry. It's the biggest manufacturing industry in this country. We need good young people to get involved in it, because we need to feed people in the future, and that means we need the brightest and best, and that's why I think it's really important.
Do you think young children know enough about farming?
I think it's absolutely right that lots of children simply don't make the connection between what happens in fields and what the food on their plate, and that's particularly true of children growing up in city areas. So I think it's important that we make the connection, we let people understand that farming is really important, horticulture is really important, because this is what actually puts the food on the plate. It's not the supermarkets, it's the people who grow the animals and the plants that feed the nation.
Thank you for your time, Minister.
Pleasure. All the best.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Bye.
Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
Really well, the road is full.